Hello and welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of GetOiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hey everyone, really glad you're here today.
We're also super happy that Julie and Colin are here with us. Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing, everyone?
As you're coming in, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from. This is a free opportunity for you as a brand partner to plug in with your community, get resources to help grow your business, which we'll be sharing with you here today, and learn more about how you can use the only all-in-one system that helps you grow and manage your Young Living business right here with Get Oiling. We're thrilled to have you guys here today. This is a series that we started some time ago. It's been very well received, and we're excited to continue doing this through the end of this year and beyond. And what that looks like is every single month we release a set of resources that you can then employ in your business the following month, automating the engagement that you might be looking to create with customers and perhaps with leads as well. That gently introduces Young Living products in context with the season and things that might be top of mind with the people that you're trying to reach and connect with. So we're going to get into those resources today. We're going to talk about the whole system that we've provided for you. This is a done for you resource that's available to anyone who uses Get Oiling, whether you're on a $7 a month seed plan all the way up to our diamond capacity levels. So again, we're really excited to have you guys here today, and thrilled as always to be able to meet with you. We're going to pop out a video and get into today's slide content, and then we're going to go and review the actual process of how you can take advantage of these resources. If you are somebody who uses our resources and maybe you have been maybe custom designing your own newsletters and you want to be able to just use the verbiage that we've come up with, I've got a way for you to do that here today as well. So I'll be showing you all these options here. So welcome. Go ahead and turn off all those distractions. Let's plug in and check out our done for you content. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be talking about the Tip Tuesday funnel and how it works, how you can apply and manage your resources each month, and then how you can use the system to nurture your leads and engage with your customers. And then, as always, we have live help and Q&A. So if you are here today, you're looking for some help, some support, no matter what the subject might be, please feel free to add those questions to the Q&A. And if you want to specify, hey, I'd like to work through something live, let us know. This is a live work session. It's an opportunity for us to work together. If you are watching this as a replay, come join us, getoiling.com/weekly work session. Feel free to invite your teams. Again, this is free and open to all of Team Young Living. We serve brand partners all over the world, and it is totally free to join these calls, to learn more, to take away what you learn here and apply to your business. And of course, if you choose to get started with Get Oiling, you'll find everything that you need here and the support that you need to get yourself started. Now, if you would like to reserve time on a call like this one, we do dedicate the second half of these calls to this opportunity to work together live. You can go to getoiling.com/website review to sign up for a totally free opportunity to take up about 15 to even more minutes, if you like, working on whatever it is that you need help with on a future call like this one. And if you'd like to hand off your work, we've got fantastic opportunities to do that as well. We've got incredibly talented people on our team who can help you, whether it's migration, design, setup, you name it. You can head over there, meet the team, and schedule a no obligation call. All right, so let's talk about weekly content and why this is so incredibly important for us to be engaging with. Actually, before I get started, pop a hand up here on Zoom if you are currently sending weekly content to your list. Are you engaging with it once a week? I'm sending something out. If you are, that is fantastic. I'm so excited to see so many hands up here. This is one of the most important things you can be doing for your business. The opportunity to stay top of mind and to build a you habit among the people that are connected to you, whether those are your customers or your leads. It's just such a critical opportunity we need to be taking advantage of to be able to build trust such that people take advantage of our recommendations, whether that's getting started with Young Living or placing a new monthly order. Now, at the end of the day, most leads, and we're just going to go ahead and lump our customers in here too, because even if they bought once, they still need to be convinced to buy again. Most people aren't ready to buy the first time you put something in front of them, and they need ongoing education and exposure. Now, this doesn't mean that we need to hammer them with promotional messaging. It means that we need to provide consistent touch points, right? We need to be able to show up, and our mere presence as a reminder of the things that we've told them in the past, right? And your customers, of course, need guidance on their wellness journey. And this funnel that I'm going to walk you through here today, it shows you small actionable steps. It allows them a sort of gentle entrance into the world of wellness that you can help them with once they are truly ready to engage. So we're kind of providing a door for them to walk through, and anyone who walks through that door is going to be someone worth pursuing conversations with, maybe having a one-on-one call with, and then of course helping them get started in their own custom way. And these consistent touch points, this showing up weekly, is what builds trust and engagement over time. We all want more engagement. We all wish that, back in 2015, in those days, if you were promoting Young Living back then, just the heyday of Facebook groups and getting the engagement you were looking for. And these algorithms, they've changed over time. And so this weekly content that we are creating and sending out provides you with an opportunity to reliably get in front of the people that you want to get on in front of week over week, because we can't get that from the social media algorithms anymore. Those truly are pay to play platforms, and they don't really work well in particular with groups at the end of the day. So what engagement really needs to look like is you showing up consistently and having your people build a habit of opening what you're sending them and acting on that stuff that you're sending. And the way that we do this, and this, for what it's worth, this is a great beginner step into showing up on a weekly basis, right? This isn't the end all. It is not the absolute best example of what you could do, right? What you really ultimately could be doing, should be doing, is doing something that is your voice, right? Putting something out there that represents the value you provide to your people. We're providing a fantastic starting point here, but regardless of how you do this, whether you're using our done for you stuff that we're going to talk about today, or you are creating something that is truly yours and custom, it's important that where we talk about product, that this is introduced naturally within context and not just simply throwing a promotion out there. This isn't, hey, here's a thing on sale. Do you want to buy it? Because we're going to lose people if that's all we do is show up and say, hey, your order hasn't processed yet. Or we say, hey, here's the stuff that you get when you spend a bunch of money this month, right? What we need to do is say, here's the thing that's happening in your world that might be bothering you or that you might be thinking about. And I'm going to show you how you can make your days a little bit easier, a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Right. And when we do that and we say, by the way, this is a product that I use or a product that I recommend to do that thing, we are doing this in a way that builds more trust because it isn't just bald promotion, right? It's contextual introduction to products that they can now see as relevant to themselves, right? And how they live their lives. And that's really critical. So how this works is we provide you with a landing page. Now, I think a lot of us here on this call, you already have one of these. If you don't, I'm going to show you how you can get it. This is something that lives in your GetOiling account that you share, right? And what it says essentially is that if you decide to put your name and email, perhaps your phone here, I am going to send you a tip every Tuesday, right? And I'm going to share with you products that I use to implement these tips every season, right? And so when they put this information in here, they're going to start receiving messages, right? So they're going to opt in on this landing page. And opting in just basically means they're saying name, email, maybe phone, and they're giving you permission to send them stuff. Okay. Now, the next thing that happens is they're going to start receiving emails from you. Now, there's going to be a confirmation message that pops up first, though, right? Because they're on your website when this happens. They put in their name, their email, and this confirmation pops up. And it's going to tell them what they can expect. Right? So here's what you can expect. You're going to start receiving messages from me on Tuesdays. And here's the kind of stuff you can expect to see, right? We aren't sending an immediate email. It's just weekly emails that start on the following Tuesday. And then on the last week of each month, you can update the campaign for the following month, which we're going to be talking about here today. So we offer these resources and release them to the second to the last Thursday of every month so that you've got a whole week to, or more sometimes, to make any modifications to this before it starts sending out, in this case, in November, right? So we're near the end of October, but not quite at the last minute here. So you've got a week now from what we discussed here today to make any modifications and have this ready to go next month. Now, how this works is your contacts who have opted in already, they're gonna keep getting the tips that they started getting. You could have started doing this back in March or April when we started doing these earlier this year, or this could be brand new for you. But whoever has already opted in, they're going to keep receiving tips because you're going to be updating this every month and sending this new content out to people who already said yes. And anyone who says yes going forward will start getting tips the next Tuesday. Okay. Now, the way that this is managed is pretty simple and straightforward. The last week of every month, we're going to swap out the campaign, and I'm going to show you the November campaign here today. And we're going to swap that out on our landing page. And what that means is that once we swap this out, the people who sign up on that page moving forward, they're going to receive November's content. And then you're going to filter your leads for people who already said yes. And they have this tag on their contact called Weekly Wellness Tips. And we're going to apply the new month's campaign. And this is this very simple set of steps that you follow every month, right? We swap out the landing page and then we apply the campaign to everyone who already said yes. And then it's set it and forget it. We show up every week without having to think about it the entire month of November. All right, so let's talk about what is in this email campaign for November 2025, our Tip Tuesday emails here. The first week, we're talking about a daily gratitude practice for mind and body. We talk about how gratitude supports mental and physical well-being, simple ways to cultivate gratitude every day, and we talk about joy and we talk about stress away, and we link to these things. In the second week, we talk about keeping digestion happy during holiday meals. Second week, if you, in the US in particular, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you've got a very big meal coming up. And so what we talk about here are digest and cleanse, ginger vitality, and kind of talking about how we can work these into ways to enjoy seasonal foods, supporting gut health, and what you can do before and after meals for digestion. The third week, we talk about managing holiday stress and overwhelm. No matter where you are or what you practice, this is a high time of year, right? We're all thinking about gatherings and plans and families, and it can be stressful. So we talk about why stress levels spike during the holidays and how to stay balanced. We talk about small daily habits to keep stress in check. And then we have some featured products. We talk about Tranquil, and we talk about Sacred Sandalwood. Final week of November, we talk about supporting sleep and recovery during a busy season, how to wind down and promote restful sleep despite a packed schedule, the importance of evening rituals for relaxation, where we also discuss deep night essence and Roman chamomile. So we bring these up as opportunities for them to implement what we're talking about in our tip that week. All right. So our best practices for success here they're essentially going to be making sure that you keep this up to date and that you are actively, consistently sharing that landing page, right? That landing page where people can opt themselves in, put in their name and email. We also want to make sure that when we are speaking with our customers, right? When we are on the phone or we're DMing, we're engaging with, talking with our customers, we get their permission and we say, hey, I am sending out tips every week. I do talk about product recommendations. Would you like me to add you to the list? It is really, really, really important that if you have not obtained explicit permission to send tips to your contacts every Tuesday, that you don't just start sending this to everybody, right? Really, really important that you get specific permission before you start sending stuff out, even if it's something helpful like this. And if you are someone who has a list of people that perhaps you emailed with some regularity in the past, but maybe in the last 6 months you haven't, it is even more important for you to go and get people's permission to start mailing them this stuff. Because if you start mailing in bulk and people aren't opening those emails or they're marking you as spam or they're unsubscribing, that can harm your sending reputation and your ability to reach other people in the future, right? So get permission, promote this regularly, make sure your customers are signed up for it, and then make sure that the people who respond to these messages you engage with. Every single one of these messages ends with a call to response where we are asking a question and asking them to hit reply and to engage with you. And anyone who engages with these emails is someone worth having a conversation with. That is someone who is interested in what you have to say and potentially in purchasing, right? And of course, we want to stay consistent and always make sure your links are correct. Now, if you are outside of the US market, I am going to be showing you here today how you can make a very simple modification to this content so that you are sending out the correct links. What we have, if you are in the US market, is fully done for you, ready to release and send out immediately. You don't have to change a thing. There are just a couple of small tweaks you might want to make if you live in or are promoting in a different market. And then, of course, if you want to plug this content into your beautifully designed email newsletter that you've created and you want this to be a component of what you're doing, we'll talk about how we can do that here as well. Now, make sure that you claim and personalize your landing page if you haven't already. We're going to start sharing that landing page link with our leads and customers. You want to make sure that you plan to swap out that campaign after the last Tuesday of each month. Attend our upcoming calls. And then look, the more consistently you share and update this funnel, the more leads and customers you'll nurture. So let's go and walk through the process here. Now, just really quick, if you want to get started with this at any point, you can come over here to the Success Academy. Go over here to online resources and courses, and you can see weekly wellness content right here. So if I click here, you can see that the resource bundle here for the landing page is right here, ready to go. So go ahead and claim this if you haven't done so already. I'm going to come right over here to my landing pages so that I can show you the Tip Tuesday landing page that we have claimed into this account already. So this is what it looks like when it's published, and yours is going to look exactly like this unless you make any changes to it. Here we are just kind of talking about what they'll get if they sign up for weekly wellness tips. We tell them more about what they'll get, and then we invite them to get started, right? So name, email, phone, all of these options are here. When they fill out this information, there is a pop-up, and when they do, they'll be receiving information the following Tuesday as it promises. We'll look at the setup here of this. If we go to the settings, you can see right now I have the October campaign connected here. I'll show you how to change this out. And I just want to make sure that I stress here, make yourself a reminder because you do still have another Tuesday left in October. Right now, today is the 23rd. Next Tuesday is the 28th. So if you change this out too soon, then your people could potentially go over a week without receiving a tip from you. Okay, so just make sure that the swap that you make here is one that you make after, in this case, Tuesday, the 28th of October is passed. So maybe do that on the 29th, and then you'll be good to go. Now, this weekly wellness tips tag, this is where you're going to be able to find all of the people in your system who said yes to this, who filled out this form. So what happens is they fill out that form and this tag gets added to their contact and whatever campaign is here gets added to them. And then they see a pop-up that has all of this information. Now you can go in and make any modifications that you like to this. You can also leave it exactly as is. And after they've registered, it'll just send them to whatever your homepage is in GetOiling. Okay, so that's the page. That's how it's set up. Again, you don't need to make a single change to any of this unless you just really want to. But as a practice on a monthly basis, after the final Tuesday of the month, you are going to be swapping out the campaign here for the following month's campaign. Now, going back over here to this page, this again is our weekly wellness content page from the Success Academy and GetOiling. The next thing you want to do is get your campaign for the following month. So right here, if we go to the blog, you'll be able to see all of the recent releases of content. So this just filters our blog for all of the content releases. This is the one that we released today. If you are just getting started and you'd like to start promoting in the month of October, you could certainly go to October and get started there as well. Just make sure that you've taken care of November too. These are date-based campaigns. And these date-based campaigns are set up such that someone could sign up at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, and they will always receive that following Tuesday's message, right? So you don't have to worry about that because it's already set up and ready to go. So the landing page we've already claimed, so that's done. And we can grab the resource bundle right here for our weekly wellness tips. Oh, that is not the correct link. Forgive me. Need to fix that. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of things first before we get started. Now, there are two, please be sure to read this. There are two options here. I want you to pick one of them. You can uncheck one of these. If you are using plain text emails, and that's what we originally started with. This is in our basic email editor. Really simple, really effective, highly recommended, especially if you're just getting started. I would go with this plain text option. If you are using our block style email builder, then you would use this block format option. And that's what I'm actually going to use here today. But there is one more option that I have provided for you guys. This is for those of you who have already customized and maybe made a really beautiful like weekly newsletter template that is your own style, and you just want to be able to borrow the words that we wrote and to insert that into what you're doing. I've actually linked, I've created a TXT, a plain text file that has everything in it that is said and linked to in these campaigns, right? So again, if you already have a format that you're using and you just want to borrow our copy, you can grab that in this text file here. Right, so this will make that very easy for you if you already have a highly designed um, email that you're using. So I'm going to grant permission and click Claim Bundle, and I'm going to go check out my block campaign. We can go ahead and preview this here, and you can see this is already designed. It's got your Tip Tuesday. It's got a little opener here. It's got a tip. And it's got a recommendation of what to do. And then we talk about products that we can use with that tip. So here's how to use it. Here's why we love it. And then we are giving a call to action for them to answer a question and reach out to us. And it's got our signature already embedded there. So you can see that there. I'm actually going to go ahead and claim the plain text one so that you guys can see what that looks like as well. I need to reload. You will not need to do this. Just pick one of these. I'm showing you two different options here. The plain text campaign is just going to look like a very simple plain email where we've got a little bit of, some nice formatting here. We've got some links and again, basically the same thing. So this is your option. I'm going to go and edit our block version though. You don't need to make edits again, by the way. If you are okay with this green, you like the green color, you're fine with the layout, and you're in the US market. I'm going to go over here to click Edit Email, and this goes into our block builder. If I wanted to, I could go in here and maybe change this to my brand colors. I can do that with this section here. It's actually pretty quick and easy to do. I can go here as well, change that. And these images here these are Canva files. If you actually go back to your resource bundle, I have provided a Canva template for you to use. And then I can actually go in here and change this color background to the one from my branding and GetOiling. Let me come back here. What is this color? Let me grab that here real quick. I'll come back over here to Canva where I will switch the background color here. And I will change out this color as well. So all of my content here, I will change all. I didn't do change all with this one. It's actually really quick and easy to do. I go change all. There we go. Love it. Perfect. I'm going to go share and download these to my device. And then I can just come back over here to my messages and swap out this image. And once I have that done, I can actually save this so that I can insert this into the other emails, making this quicker and easier for me. Okay, so that's going to be a saved section. We have some trainings that we've done on these on the builder that we have here. And I highly recommend that you check those out if you aren't familiar with the builder. I'm just going to go ahead and swap out everything that's here and go ahead and save these so that I can quickly make modifications to the other ones. I'm just going to save each of these sections. Now, what we have as well, like something that we might need to make modifications to if you are outside of the US market, for instance, or if you want to maybe recommend a wholly different product. There is a feature in GetOiling that we call the leaf link. And the leaf link is something that allows you to basically insert a special code into into a link that you're sharing. And this code that you add is going to actually make it so that when people click the link, that they will automatically be credited to you as a customer, right? And so I'll show you here in just a second, once we have all of our sections saved here, because I really want to show you how quickly and easily this gets swapped out and can be modified, provided that you want to keep the design that we have here. Obviously, if you've done something that is your own, then you're going to want to use that text file and just insert uh, the the copy there. All right, so you see what I've done here is I've created a saved section for each of these with the images for the titled sections. And then I'm going to show you here in just a moment how you can make modifications to the links themselves. So every week it's going to be two, the most we've ever done is three. So two or three products would be recommended in context with our tip. And you can see here when we go look at this where it says joy, and I click to edit the link, just want to show you what this looks like. I have member underscore number here, which is going to automatically populate your member number. Now, this begins with, actually, let me just move all the way over to the beginning. So you can see that this is a US English language link from Young Living. And then you see the rest of the name of the product. And then starting at this question mark, we've got sponsor ID equals, and then there's your member number. And then there's an ampersand and enroller ID equals, in this case, member underscore number. Now, if you wanted to create your own leaf link, it's quite easy to do. What I would do, and I'll use Canada as an example here. So I would go to youngliving.com. I would then find my market. So I'll find English speaking Canada. Oh, it's already recognizing my, it's automatically recognizing where I am. Here we go. So I'm going to go Canada English. And the oil that I'm going to be looking up here is Joy. So I'll type in Joy. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 15 mil. Oh, maybe not. I'll find that one. Interesting. I'll just type in Joy and see what it does. This is interesting. The VO is doing something a little strange today. Huh. Let's see if I can find this somewhere else. I was not expecting not to be able to actually go and find an oil here. There we go. Here's Joy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link, and then I'm going to come back over here to my message, and I'm going to click this guy right here. Insert YL. Oop, hello. I was trying to zoom in and it didn't want me to. This link right here. And so insert YL link with my member number. I'm going to click that. I'm going to paste in that link, and I'm going to click OK. And see, it gives me my enroller number, my sponsor number, all right here in this link. I'm going to unlink it because I don't need it linked. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to delete it because I just need to go up here and paste that link right here in the URL field and click update, right? Really simple thing to do. Let me see if I can find stress away. There it is. I'm going to copy that link as well. And again, this is just really quick and easy to do. Hit that leaf link, pop the URL in for your market, click OK. I'm going to unlink it so that I can grab it, copy, delete it, and then drop it right in here. So when I click update, this is now fully updated for the Canadian market. Good to go. Your signature will populate here, right? And if you wanted to replace it, if you don't like what's here, or you want something different, you can always drag signature over here and make modifications. All right. And yeah, if you are in the US market, you don't need to update the links. The main point is, let me go ahead and click done on this one. We can go to edit the second one in the series. And you'll see, click we go to edit and go check out the link that's here, this is a US English link, right? So you can see that USEN right here. So if you are promoting outside of the US English speaking market, you might just want to go and grab the links to the products that are being promoted and swap that out for your market. Now, just like I did before, it's really simple. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want that background. I want this message body background. Again, if you have your colors already set up in the system, you can do this by getting a either a premium or higher in GetOiling, or you could do a branding add-on, which is very fairly priced if you wanted to make your life a little easier with that. Let me go find my here's my Tip Tuesday title, and I can drag that right in here and delete the other one that I don't want. I'll do the same here for the today's tip one, which is right here. Drag that in, delete the one I don't want. I'll find the how to use it and why we love it, and I'll drag those in as well. Where is my how to use it? I might not have actually saved it trying to move through. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep, how to use it. And then I'll find the why we love it and drag that over. It's, again, just as simple as this. I'll delete the ones that I don't need. Obviously make modifications to these links if I need to. And I am 50% done with all of the messages that I'm sending out next month. It's pretty quick and easy, right? So if you've got some questions, feel free, get those into the Q&A. If they are in the chat, I might miss those. All right, so you guys get the gist of this. Let me go and just show you again how quickly we can get this done by just swapping out with our colors, dragging in our sections that we have saved in that first round. And again, if you did this once, you don't have to do that again every month. You just slide it over, drop it in, change the color, and you can just keep the design that we've created for you, right? Just super simple and easy to do, right? All right, so I'm going to pop out of my share here and get into some of these questions. Kelly, I will bring you out shortly to talk about your vaults. Yes. Okay, Cornelia said, would it be a good idea to filter your contacts every once in a while to find out who is opening the emails? And if they don't open, to delete them from the list who receives the emails? Would that help with the general delivery? So this is a really good question. What I would do, and you can actually see your campaign stats, and this is actually what I would be looking for, is I would go into for maybe a previous month, or if you are sending broadcasts instead of campaigns, I'll show you where you can actually go and see your stats. So if you go to messages, you can see things that were sent, and you can view delivery statistics here, right? Now, obviously, this is a dummy account that's not actually sending things. So you'll see percent delivered, opened, clicked, etc. And this is going to be true about everything. If we go to maybe like our sent here, you'll see all of that. Or if you wanted to look at a campaign's stats specifically. So if I want to look at, I'll go back and look at September and click on stats. And here you'll be able to see the percentages of opens and clicks, right? So whether it's broadcast or campaigns, what you want to be looking at is first the open rate, right? Because if somebody isn't clicking a link, well, they have to open the email to click the link, right? If we want them to click. And understand that the nature of an email like this one, there's not going to be a really strong call to action to click through. Now, if you're using this as a starting point for your emails where maybe you're offering a link to your blog post or here's upcoming events and all of that, the way that these emails are really designed are really sort of like a capsule of everything that you have going on that week that they could choose to engage with. By nature of that, you're not necessarily going to have a really high click-through rate, right? The more targeted a message is, the more pointed a call to action is, the higher click-through rate you're going to see. What I would focus on is the open rate. So what the subject line is and what your people are responding to. Now, we have rather generic subject lines that we're including. I highly recommend that you take any of the copy that we provide you guys and make it sound like you, right? Make it sound like it's in your voice. Say it how you would say it. because your people are going to want to open and read that, not, some generic vanilla milk toast like version like what we have for you, right? Because we can't speak for you. Speak for you, use what we have as a starting point. What you see them clicking and opening is going to give you insights into what you can continue doing to successfully have people click and open. So I would be monitoring the open rates. Now, for people who haven't engaged, and this is a practice that I think we talked about this recently on our Attract Well channel, but not as much here. But what I would do really every quarter is I would filter contacts for inactivity. So what that would look like for you is to go over to your contacts, and then I would filter, and under more filters, you could say contact was inactive in the last 90 days that are opted into email. We'll filter for those. And here we have 162 people. Here I might choose to send them a message, maybe apply a campaign that says something to the effect of, is this goodbye? I only want to send you what you want to receive, and it looks like you haven't been opening what I've been sending you. Click here if you'd like to stay on my list, or something like that, right? So that's just sort of like a list hygiene step that I would recommend on an ongoing basis. I wouldn't just opt them out. I would give them an opportunity to re-engage, because I think that sort of the downside of consistency, especially for people who have been in our orbit for a long time, is that they see us as something static. They are the people who will come to us and buy from us. The trust is there, but they don't necessarily feel as compelled or incentivized to click. And that's a more advanced problem that Cornelia, I think you would be in the position of having. And so in that case, you really want to just start thinking about how you can hone the subject lines and make a compelling case that they're going to get something really powerful out of opening those emails every week. So however your other communications go with your people, make sure that you're really promoting participation in that. All right, can I change the picture on the landing page, Terry? Yes, absolutely. You can change really any aspect of this funnel. Let me come over here real quick to the landing pages, and I'll show you guys real quick, really, really simple. Um, Go ahead and find that here. Any image that you see, you can click. You can click replace. You can go to the Canva button. You can upload an image from your device. It's totally up to you. So yeah, you can brand that yourself. All right. If we download these in Momentum a couple weeks back, do we need to make changes to the? No. No, I know if you got these ahead of time in Momentum. By the way, you guys, we're going to be opening up Momentum for the final round of the year here in a handful of weeks. And when you are a part of Momentum, you get an entire quarter of this up front. So you aren't waiting month to month. Like, you can actually plan ahead and schedule your entire quarter with this done for you content. So no, this is the exact same thing you would have received in Momentum, Allison. If we pick the campaign starts ASAP, what does that look like? I would not do that. This campaign is date based. So let's go take a look at that really quick. This is a date based campaign. Let me go find, do I have one open right now? Yes. This is a date based campaign. We can go take a look at all of the messages here. All right, this is going to start sending on November 3rd, which means that the first message, Tuesday, goes out November 4th. So if you set this to go out ASAP, then it's going to start sending the day after. So this is going to go out the day after, or in fact, the morning after you apply it. So please do not, if you're using this, set it to as soon as possible, because also very importantly, if you have this set to ASAP, then if you put this on the landing page and someone opts into it, they're going to receive this a day after whatever that day is that they opted in, right? So if you want to make sure that it's only showing up on the Tuesdays of the month, then it needs to be date based like this. And you need to make sure that this is actually reflecting that Tuesday date. Now, if you send your emails on Mondays and not Tuesdays, and you're using this as a starting point, then you could go in here, you can change this to the 2nd, and then that would shift the delivery dates to Mondays in November. So that's definitely, please do keep this date based. Dawn, this is going to ensure that you are in fact showing up reliably on Tuesdays as you're promising. And right now, the time that we have set up is 9 a.m. Central US time. You can go in and make those modifications. You can have the default time for the campaign, which is 5 p.m. Central US time as well. And that was a question I saw just go out. If you are in the UK, you can go in and make modifications. If your audience is primarily in the UK, for instance, you could set this to go out at a particular time. All right. Why do we use we instead of I? That is just a personal preference. I like to use inclusive language in my copy. It kind of implies a level of social proof in that our community loves this, right? So if your brand and the messaging that you send out is very authoritative, you-centric, right? I, expert, recommend this. I use this because then you could switch this to I. I use we because I find it to be just a little bit more inclusive and psychologically triggering of proof, if that makes sense. All right, if you're doing plan, publish, grow, the planning section is planning the emails, let write with AI do the whole thing. Modif uh, Tell you what, Allison, can you bring this to our momentum call at 4 o'clock Eastern today? Because I think that that's going to probably be a better opportunity for us to explore this in greater depth. That's essentially, if you're planning ahead with content like this that's pre-written, what you want to do is obviously acknowledge what's here and then feed that into perhaps your AI or whatever else that you're doing. But that's, I think, because you're planning ahead quarterly and we're doing a bit more than just this, it would probably be better for us to address this together later on today. Um, Let me see. Okay, so Jessica, depending on where you went to claim your bundle, from this blog post, the first link that's offered is the landing page resource bundle. But if you scroll down further, there's the November resource bundle. This is where you're going to find the campaign. All right. Kelly, would you let me see? Let me find you here and let's talk about your vaults together. Hi, you can unmute when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Awesome. How can we help?
So I so I have a 6-week program that I run, and I just went in to edit all of the dates and details, but there's one area that I can't figure out how to edit.
Okay.
And so I thought maybe you could just tell me how to get in there.
Yeah, totally. So, what's the last name on your account?
Molloy, Molloy.
Okay. All right. And what is the vault?
It's calming cortisol.
Awesome. Okay. Great. What are we wanting to do?
So that very first right there under vault contents where it says 6-week coaching program,
Hmm.
the text under there is one of the things that I want to be able to edit, and I just don't know where that lives.
Yeah, it's right down here under branding,
Oh, silly. Okay.
right there.
All right. And then there was one other spot. Me trying to figure out where it is. I think it's when, oh, I can't see it on my screen now. There was another screen where it basically kind of gave, let's see if it's, no. Nope, I got to that one. I updated that. It's another area in the vault where it was coming up with something on the side, like a side panel, and I didn't know how to get to that side panel.
Oh, got you. So, like in the coaching program over here on the side.
Yes, exactly.
Got you. Yeah. So what that's going to be is come back over here to your vaults. So inside of the class here, so the
Yep.
6-week coaching program class, that is under branding as well. And it's the about this class where you've got this image in the
Oh,
text here.
Okay.
That's what's showing up over here on the side.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. That's all I needed.
Awesome. Great work. All right. Okay, Allison. Yeah, here, let me, just in case you're not able to make it to our 4 o'clock call for momentum. All right, tell me a little bit about what you are, like what your goal is here, so I can help you make sense of it. Are you able to unmute? Okay, well, whenever you're able to come back, I'm happy to chat through that with you. All right, Jennifer says, can you show us again how to get the Canva part of the block template email to change the graphics? Yeah, so if you want to, let me actually get back into the right account here so I can show you guys. If you want to use the design that we've created, you've got a couple of options. Um, First things first, in the resource bundle every month, right? So you'll see it this month, you'll see it next month. In the resource bundle for the campaign, so there are two, right? So but the one that we release every month is the campaign. You'll see a link to the Canva template. And I recommend just, you only need to do this once. Just go into your, find whatever the most recent or upcoming month's content is, and we will grab the resource bundle. And right here, you'll see the Canva image templates, right? So just go ahead and make sure that you have those in your Canva. And what I did was I downloaded that Canva template. And then I just went in and I made some changes, right? So I changed the background color. You can obviously change the icon, change the font to your liking. If you want to say, I instead of we, put that here, right? So all of this, you can make modifications. You want to download these to your device and then upload them into your GetOiling account. And if I go back to here, let me just close out of some of these tabs and then we can make sense of this. I'll go back to my campaign here and I'm going to go find November. What is this extra burr at the end of November? Here we go. So here is my block format. I already edited the first two. Did I do three? I did do three. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do this fourth one here. So what I did here was I just went to edit the email. And these are images, right? So this Tip Tuesday Weekly Wellness Tips, that's an image. This is an image. That's an image. That's an image, etc. So what I would do is I would go in once I've downloaded those images, go to replace, and then find that image. There it is. And obviously you're going to want to change that background as well to make sure that it matches. And that is not the right image there. I don't know. That does not look good. I don't know what that is. That one's it. Okay. If you do create a new image section, just make sure that when you go in and you add an image, that you click this alternative text and you change what's there. It is very, very important if you are including images in these emails that they have alternative text. Okay. So then, yeah, you're just going to go in and make the color changes, make the swaps. And once you've done that, and you click this guy right here where it says add this block to my saved sections, you will then have that over here in your sections where you can go and grab them and drag them over. So like this one here, I could just pull in and then I could delete the other one, right? This one is still in that green color. I want this one. I'll pull it in. I'll delete the other one. And now it just becomes really quick and easy to make those swaps. If that is making sense, let me know. Let me see. Oh yeah, the link to Canva is going to be in the resource bundle itself. All right. Allison, are you still here? I'm happy to chat through this with you. I just wasn't sure if we'd have the time to go through something that was a bit more complex like that. If you are, feel free to unmute. I know you've got a lot of kids that you're wrangling there. And if anybody else has questions, feel free to pop those into the Q&A. Stacy says, new to vaults, how are these different than campaigns? Oh, yeah, this is very different. So, vaults are a place for you on your website to invite people to engage in greater depth. And so, this is going to be for a multitude of uses. The most common would be communities. So, say replacing a Young Living customer Facebook group and having that on your own website where you can have a more of a kitchen table environment and email people when you post new things so that they actually see what you post. So that would be the most popular example, I think, in the Get Oiling community, followed by paid courses or free courses. You can have step-by-step classes and courses that you host inside of these. So the difference between a vault and a campaign is that a vault is a structure where people can actually log into your website and engage with an experience like a course, a program, a community, discussion room, stuff like that. A campaign is a series of messages that drip out over a set period of time. So that could be at intervals, like day one, day two, day three, or it could be date based, like we've talked about today, where they're going to opt in right now, but the first email they'll get is on the first Tuesday of November and those subsequent Tuesdays of November. So vaults are something that you're going to see available in your Get Oiling account when you're at a basic or higher plan. And we absolutely do have videos and trainings on how to engage with those things and set them up in your own account. If you go back over here to the Success Academy under online resources and courses, move your groups off of Facebook is a great place to start to get just sort of an idea of what it looks like to have a group off of Facebook. We also have training on vaults that you could look into here with live training and replays. You could type in group, you could type in course, stuff like that, and you can find yeah, we've actually got quite a few. Some of them are a bit older, and we do have some plans to release some new ones soon. But yeah, if you've got a use case or a or a question around that, feel free to ask away, and I'm happy to walk through and show you. All right, Allison, yeah, go ahead and looks like you're unmuted. Tell me about what you're trying to do.
So every time I'm trying to go through every time, this is only the second time I'm buttoning up November's stuff,
Mhm.
which obviously needs to be done ASAP. Um, in the document that you gave to plan, it says to plan your weekly emails, and the prompt is plan the whole email. Well, I rewrote that prompt for October. I don't know how great I did a job, but I did it. And to basically just give me a blurb to like two sentences to announce my blog post and two
Mhm.
sentences to announce my live event. But I heard you mention about how vanilla your subject lines were, because when I first did it, it would give me the whole email and it would also give me a little personal blurb in the beginning, which I think is a nice idea, but I can kind of write that myself.
Yeah,
If I'm just doing like, hey, volleyball tournament is tomorrow, or it's something that's more personal,
sure.
depending on my audience, if I want to put personal stuff in there. Right now, it's not.
Okay.
So I guess my question is, with the prompt that you gave, do you recommend to redo the whole email? And like, I've copied and pasted and put in the whole text tip email and also say, well, here's the email, here's what it's about. That's already done, but I need you to do this too. And it comes out with the whole thing, but then I feel like I'm rewriting the whole email and I get overwhelmed. It
Got
seems
you.
like a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah, I know. I
work.
understand. Yeah, so what I would do is I would take because you're probably using the campaign as the basis for this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I would go to the campaign itself, and because you're just for context for everybody who's following along here, Allison is following our content planning systems and planning ahead for November, which means that she isn't just going to be sending all of these messages out. She's going to be adding to these messages things like her upcoming events and her upcoming blog posts, or her blog posts that are releasing that week, etc. So, Allison, what I would do is I would go use this preview feature and just grab all of the content that's in the email, copy that, put it into AI, and say, here's what I'm working with, right? And here's the blog post and its excerpt, and here's the event that's coming up. Come up with an intro that ties all these things together, or an intro and a subject line that ties all these things together. right? And so then you're basically saying, here's my raw material. We're not asking it to rewrite the email for you. I don't think that you really need to do that. I mean, certainly like make it sound more like you for sure, but that's not really, you're not going to get AI to do that for you. That's going to be a you thing. But if you say, here are the tips that I'm providing, here's what my blog post is talking about, here's what the event information is, give me a compelling intro and subject line, and then you now have something that kind of unifies everything, and then you're going to modify your subject line in each of these emails, and then maybe you add a different blurb, or you make a modification to one of these sections here. So essentially that's what I would do, is I would grab what's there and give that to it with the other things that you want to include, and then have it come up with something that sort of unifies the message.
Cool. Thank you so much. I just took notes. I'm working on those
Awesome.
things now. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, glad we could figure that out. All right. Adrian says, can you remind me how to find line graphics in Canva? I want to change the graphic on the template. So line graphics in Canva, like the design. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about here. So here, these line graphics, if that's what you want to modify, I'm going to just make a copy of this, and maybe this is going to be a upcoming events, or coming soon, I'll say. That's what I did before. I'll say coming soon. And then I want to replace this. So I go to elements and search elements. I'm going to put in calendar line, and I'm going to go to graphics. And then you can actually see that these are line drawings, right? So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to change its color to the one that's in the document and center that up. And now I have a section that I can download and use in my emails for my upcoming events. If I want to have one from my blog, here I would say from the blog, and then I would have maybe just look for like similar images to this one. So I can click these little three dots and see more like this. And this is not super helpful. So I will find writing, line drawing. And under graphics, I can go and see, oh, maybe I really like this quill. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to pop that in here. And I actually want to flip that. I think it would look nicer if it is going that way. And then I'll change the color. And now I've got that there as well, right? So then you could download these. You can create saved sections with these once you upload them to a section in the email builder. And then you don't have to worry with those Canva templates again. Really, the idea of that Canva template and the setup of how you use this is that you just make the modifications once, and then you just drop them in. Just drag them right over. The top one for the weekly tips. Yeah, sure. This one up top. This one, I just wanted to choose something that was just kind of generically wellness centric. But if yours, if your brand and what you're really talking about is dedicated to something that's a little bit more specific, maybe you do something that's more kid focused. We would say, gosh, I don't know, what would we do? Um, I don't know. Can you give me an example of how you might want to modify this? If this is maybe yoga, line drawing. Actually, that's under design. Sorry, wrong one. Elements. I'm going to say yoga, line drawing here. And then, ooh, look at that. So many good things. So I might just swap for this lotus. How about that? I could pop that in right here. Obviously, I want to change that color so that it better fits with the design. Yeah. So yeah, then you could set it up that way. Obviously, you can scroll through. That mandala is gorgeous, and I think might even be a better fit. So yeah, if you just add in if the style that you're looking for is line drawing, but you could also say yoga abstract and see what it comes up with. If there's something that's maybe more fitting for you, I would I don't personally recommend going too on the nose with stuff like this. Um, if you really wanted to like talk about Warrior 2, then sure you could have like an image of that here. But I think that things that are a little bit more abstract and evocative tend to be a little nicer and more effective brand wise. Right. So yeah, hope that helps. You just want to look for in their search feature here, just kind of poke around. Sometimes once you've picked something that you like, oh gosh, maybe this one, lovely. How about that? I will change the color on this. Oh, how interesting. It's actually not even giving me a color option here. Um, anyway, but if you like something and you pick it, sometimes it'll actually suggest additional things for you to try. So you could always work with that as well. Awesome. So many great questions here today. Yeah, by the way, if you are in momentum, remember our October call is today at 4 Eastern time. You should have received an email about that. You'll get a quick reminder before we go live later. If you don't know what momentum is, we'll be talking about it here in the next couple of weeks. Great opportunity to dig in and really start getting some intentional work done on your business so that you can really sit back and relax for the holidays, right? Which who doesn't want that during the busiest promo season of the year? All right, really appreciate you guys. We've got so many great things in the works coming up. Greg is working on something right now that just as soon as we can release this, is going to blow your mind. But we're not going to tell you. You're going to find out when we do. Anyway, so appreciate you guys giving us this time and trusting your business with us. We believe in what you're doing, and we are just so honored to be a part of this journey with you. We'll be back here same time next week. Bring your friends. Look forward to seeing you guys back again next time. Take care.